Dearly redheaded, we are choosing consciousness today to get through this thing called grief. Interesting word, grief. It means love, which makes for a mighty good joke. But I'm here to tell you, there's nothing else. Just joy. And if the big picture tends to bring you down, go crazy once your life goes. Woo!
Hi, Brian.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. It's Friday. And this earmuff is hurting.
It's almost time to be done.
So, for the record, we are about 7 weeks behind. So, I am watching podcasts that I did 7 weeks ago.
Not behind, ahead.
Oh.
We're not behind.
Correct me.
Right.
Please. I listened to myself.
Yeah.
I said regressive genes instead of recessive genes.
Okay. Probably kind of similar. Some might have regressive genes. I'm not sure.
I misspeak a lot. I'm aware. Okay? I'm aware of what I do. Especially when I hear it.
But so you're listening to the episodes that are
Yes.
currently airing in the now.
Right. And
even
it
though
occurred
right now we're in the future.
It occurred to me that I often comment that this is doing me. Like, I'm just guided to keep going. You know, where I end up from here, I have an idea. And there's things that I'm already doing because of this, or the timing is better, whatever. So my point is, I am having the experience of creating something and then it not necessarily knowing why I'm doing, but then it's servicing me. So I'm having experiences through having done the podcast in life that are only made better by what the fuck I was talking about 7 weeks ago. So like when you write a song and you're led to write a poem, you're led to make a movie, you're led to paint a painting, and it's doing you. And then ultimately you figure out what the lesson is.
Right.
So it's really pretty cool.
You're part of your own audience, and it makes sense to you, which is good, because those are the people that you're talking to.
Yeah, but from the creator's standpoint, we're all creators.
But it's helping you.
Yeah, thank you.
In the way of your intentions are to help other people.
Right,
So
but
when you ask me if it's making sense, it's obviously making sense.
Yes, not dollars and cents.
Not yet.
But it's blown my mind in a few ways because of what I talked about and then subsequently had to experience this particular week. If you haven't listened to it by now, go back and listen to my conversations with Jersey. Those podcasts are incredible for those men and women who have experienced covert abuse, have had it trickle down to the kids, have had to deal with custody issues, have had to deal with, having the horrible narratives and what goes down. She just does a really good job. I mean, I've known her a long time, right. but we just do a really good job of unpacking it. And I know there's a lot of people dealing with estrangement as a result of covert abuse that are floundering. And man, that was helpful. And how did it affect my life? Well, I didn't expect that I subsequently, just last week, was on the phone with her son. And
with her son, you're saying?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't talk to him often.
Right.
He's a grown man. He's 22. Grown enough to know why we did what we did. And just, I actually talked to him about thinking about coming on, because he can then, think about a 22-year-old who's come through this, and it would be unfucking believable to hear what it was like for him to be in that position. I don't expect you to remember what Jersey and I talked about.
Oh, I know. I remember that was, I was going to say, not that all of these episodes haven't been very profound, but that was the kind of first one that like sort of opened my, I've never experienced any of the stuff that any of these people are talking about, but to hear that is like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, that's, yeah.
And it's commonplace.
It was like one word and it's like, holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an incredible story. And to be from her son's perspective, I don't even know. Like that, I can't even wrap my head around that.
Yeah. And I just planted a seed. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Right.
But, I invited him to think about it because, man, how much time that would save people.
I think that could be incredible. Did he listen to it?
I don't know because I talked to him before they aired.
Oh, okay.
It was we talked about he is somebody, and it reminds me, quite frankly, just that I mean, his male energy is fantastic. He's just got a really neat sense of things. It doesn't mean he doesn't struggle. It doesn't mean that it's not ongoing. It doesn't mean that but he just has such a spark and a passion about, he almost uses inadvertently, he uses what he's been through to help him navigate. He's so good about seeing through shit now. Like, how can you not be? Yeah.
And if that helps him, imagine what that story can do for other people.
It's gold.
That's sort of the selfish producer in me, but
me too.
If you can, yeah.
And it's selfish for me because my kids experienced other things. I can't,
Sure.
I'm going to talk about them less and less because I not that I talk about them. I don't think I talk about them much, but it just gives me, and I don't want to cry, but it just gives me such inspiration, and I know it would do that. Like I already said it. We both said it. It would just for others, for the kids. Just
that's the whole point of what you're doing.
Yeah. And he also does, and I don't think he'd mind me telling you, he does some sports announcing.
Oh, cool.
And he's really good. I mean, really good at it. And it's just it's great to see. It's great to see. And he takes care of his mother, so it's all that matters. So anyway, so that was one example. Another one hit home. And this I did subsequently. Something I podcasted about prepared me for another go round with a particular sibling. And then I have podcasted about that sibling, and whether I air it or not, at this point, I haven't decided whether to air that. We're going to determine. But it was very powerful to me this week because something else happened. I almost want to tell you, but it's I don't want this podcast to end up like like yesterday's where I'm like, follow the bouncing ball. But the narratives that I have had to come up against between my family, my ex, I just can't even tell you. You want to make it go away. You want to. I can address it with words in 12 seconds. That becomes, hi, how are you? That becomes useless because they're just words. That's why I choose to write when it comes to my particular type of abuse, because it's more permanent. But I was faced with a situation where, and see, it's going in that direction. I apologize. But there was another person triangulated. So now I have to deal with that person being influenced by a sibling, and I have to like really, really decide what to say, because nobody wants the story. Nobody wants to hear what's happening. So I chose to do something to bottom line it and make it go away. And I just told this person that, I this would be the end of me talking about it, and this is how it should proceed should she decide to pursue. And I'll just, now I've got to fucking tell you about it. When my mother was dying, I had made a ton of efforts to try and keep my family in my mother's life, but they did require, because the abuse was so bad, they did require some boundaries. And I don't mean huge boundaries. I mean very appropriate boundaries for what was going on. This was not, they claim I wouldn't allow, in some cases, don't want to generalize, in some cases that they weren't allowed to see her. It's not the case. I just had to, I can, most people who've been abused can compartmentalize it. I could compartmentalize it. I just knew what I was up for and what I wasn't up for, and I conveyed it, and I did a really good job. And there were people around me that knew what I was going through, so I wasn't doing it in a vacuum. I was doing it in conjunction with other people that cared about me and cared about my mom. So when it came to her funeral, I can't believe I'm going to tell you guys this. I had said to a certain sibling, this is what I'll pay for. That person said they had been saving for the funeral. I said, fantastic. I said, please involve the others. And I was informed that the others that person said to me, we'll see what happens when she dies. I said, well, we can see what happens when she dies, but this is my component, whatever. So if you can imagine, when my mother dies, that's when I had my serious dissociative CPTSD episode, and I ended up, I'll get there with that story, but let's just say I didn't make it to my mother's funeral. My intention...
At all?
No.
Okay.
My intention was to let my family do what they needed to with her, and then I was going to go in and do a service and, watch her go into the ground. That was my intention. It didn't work out. I didn't end up being there, which was fine. My mother, it's not like my mother's holding a grudge.
No.
So anyway, I handled the night of her passing. I called the funeral director, whoever I spoke to there, and I said, my would be handling the services, my sibling. So, and I'm hedging to a certain extent. Just understand, I'm trying to protect people, but tell you the story nonetheless. So anyway, I figured it was handled, especially because I didn't go. I figured they'd handle it for me. All my siblings went, and these are people that had abandoned my mother. There's a lot of show and audience. You can appreciate. Those of us who've been through it, you can appreciate. So anyway, long convoluted story short, the funeral was never paid for.
From anybody.
Except for one sibling who made a contribution, and my contribution to it was to pay for the carving the stone, which was separate from the funeral home, and that's what I said I'd do, and I have done. But anyway.
So you can see where that's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I had called the funeral home to make sure everything was set, and I don't know I don't remember why I did that. Well, I'm trying to make a... So the funeral director ends up screaming at me, even though another sibling had gone in, made the final arrangements, signed everything. My understanding was what I explained, everybody would make a contribution, moving on. So here it is. She died in May of 24, and I find out this week, and it's October of 25, still not paid for. Still not paid for. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, it occurred to me that blaming me for that, however you look at it, keeps their narratives alive. Keeps the narratives alive that they couldn't see her, keeps these false narratives alive. And I'm like... It
would seem that way, yeah.
Huh?
It would seem that way, yeah.
I mean, you can speculate 67 different ways, but it occurred to me, and I didn't know that. My point in telling and going down this path was I didn't know that until, like, doing the podcast. You see my point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that these narratives are still like energy that's alive that I'm not even fucking thinking about. Right. So I was very, very nice to the woman, and I just explained, as you know, I'm not going to tell you our exchange, but she understood, she got it. I would imagine she's dealt with it before, maybe not to the
doubt. Yeah, I doubt that this is the only instance.
Six fucking people.
Yeah,
you know, it's just not about me. And again, you know, when I state my case, as I said earlier, I always stated my case, said what I was up for, said what I wouldn't do, what I was willing to do, but they always wanted me to do 67 other things and totally, absolutely control everything. And I stepped away from them in fucking 2017, 2018, and it's 2025. You know, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Get a clue. You got my kids. You're fucking with them. Leave me alone. So I hope that didn't have too much animosity.
No, but I think it's important that you shared that because it starts to put some sense into the whole thing.
Yeah, and I know
yeah, you're writing a book, we know.
I'm going to write several fucking books because that's what I really enjoy the most. Yeah. But this has been, I hope you know, and I know Frank knows, this has been just really, and I learn so much from what I end up talking to people about. And I know that, you know, the island is populated by a few people. The island that I live on. Anyway, that's what I wrote about. Oh, and I think it was funny that I mentioned, and I'll mention it again because when I learned I had CPTSD, and it was you know, my marriage had ended, so my affiliation to it was what I had gone through in this fucking 20-year fucking horrendous, you know, there wasn't a day of truth in my marriage. There wasn't, and you just have to believe me on that. And why I did it, just know I had the indoctrination of a pretty committed group of siblings. I went from one to the other, and I just lost it, Brian. Fuck. Oh. So, and this is dissociation. When I do this is dissociation.
I'm challenging you to remember it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Because what I had said, and this is cognitive dissonance, this is when that stuff happens, which is different from when I go on a tangent and can't come back. But when I was so excited to share with my family that I had the CPTSD diagnosis before I separated from them, still so far away from connecting the dots. I mean, just think about it. I just was still so far away from recognizing what had happened just growing up. But hey, better late than never. I think I said that before too. I realized that my first order of grief after Mom died was for my reaction, grieving for myself from this horrendous episode that I had. And then I think in this year, the grief for not having her has kind of kicked in. And it is grief. It's not sadness. It's not depression. I know the difference. And then I think my third round of grief is going to be, it's what my brain is having the hardest time with, is my current relationship with my boys. Because of all of this fucking crap. Ugh. Oh, and then I wrote this. And I'm going to read it, and then I'll explain what I think I meant when I wrote it. The 3D grounding is what allows me to enjoy 5D, 6D, and beyond, and not get smothered by the suffering. I was really underground on Tuesday, and I didn't know why, and I've learned not to overthink it or sink too far into it. I've learned to just feel it and let it go. It's like the weather, it's going to lift. But Tuesday night was when the funeral home called after not hearing from them in a long time. So boom, that came. And then a lot was going on in the country with the government and our top dog. And so I was like, okay. I'm still pulling energy, anticipating things that I just, I'm not psychic, but I'm clear cognizant. So yeah, it's like hard, but getting easier. I'm in agony over my relationship where I am with my sons, but I just do not know how to do anything other than turn it over to my soul and turn it over to their souls. A lot of people in fucking pain. Tell me the minutes, and I'm like.
I'll tell you, if you want to stop, we can stop.
Oh, what are we doing?
That's a good spot.
I never want to stop,
that's
Brian.
That's a good spot.
What are we doing? Just tell me the minute.
22.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let me think for a second.
You just did a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
That's good.
I just took these notes this morning. Let me see if anything applies. People are used to me.
Remember, we run this shit, so we could stop whenever the hell we want to.
Yeah. Oh, I selfishly, as you can probably tell, and Brian knows this because I've admitted it. I admitted it on your podcast, the 570. Mm-hmm. That was neat. It was really neat. I'm really glad we did that.
Me too.
But I said on that podcast that I throw things at people so they can either confirm or deny. Like I get a read on where other people are coming from. But my goal, especially with the writing part, is I want to fully understand the brain violation. Like I know that my brain was violated by all that went down, and I want to understand how to explain it to people so that we heal sooner. And I would imagine that at some point, brain scans have got to become more popular. Some people think they show things, other people think they don't. But it's when you've gone through decades of trauma, and not. I mean, I was in there, man. I was in there. I wasn't. I just dissociation is the brain's way of surviving. It's the way of thriving. Your brain doesn't give you more than you can handle when until you can't How about that? No disrespect to what's possible. I've watched people go from health to I hate saying mental illness because it's not spontaneous. It's a symptom of many other things. I guess you're right. I guess we'll say goodbye for the week. What?
You thought too much today.
I don't know what it is. It's just I just am just so aware that to keep going. Just keep going. Just keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if one person, and I already know, I mean, take that name out.
I got you.
Jersey, you know, what Jersey said to me after, you know, what, you know, that, my God, that was worth, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, and embarking upon where I'm headed, you know, I don't think I would have, I do love stand-up. I do love comedians. I do consider myself a comedian. I wish I had chosen to write for other people. That probably would have been really fucking smart. But I don't love it more than making people think. So it's been a blessing to do this and figure that all out in real time versus like it's like just like a fucking experiment.
You're starting to get it.
Yeah, I think I've done a pretty good job, but this is more like the crash course that I needed because I don't have to wonder.
You just have to do it.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you just have to do.
Which brings me back to the dating app.
Well, yeah. Sometimes you just have to do.
Trying, Brian. Oh, I saw Jeff Ross.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah.
Second time I saw Take Banana for the Ride.
He's funny.
Yeah. I saw it initially in Red Bank in March of 23. I believe it was the 7th. Okay, I'm weird.
Okay.
And I think it was the first night he was doing it. It was fabulous. My mom was dying. Did I ever tell that full story?
Probably not.
All right. Well,
but
now's not
for
the
the sake,
time.
yeah, for the sake of time. I mean, you can save that for another day, really, because, yeah.
And he in Red Bank, he was more Jeff Rossi with jokes and sense of humor, whatever. And he ended up going really easy on me because I told him my mother was dying in a recliner, and he knew I meant it. So I knew he was on Broadway, was like not really thinking about it, and then I was like, wow, you know, front row seats are available for the last show this past Sunday. And so cool. I asked my friend who looks like Joan Rivers, I said, any desire going to the city, see the show? She's like, absolutely, let's fucking do it. So I braved the Lincoln Tunnel. I don't like the Lincoln Tunnel.
Say no more.
Oh my God.
Yep.
It's New York to New York City versus the Poconos to New York City. It's horrible. Horrible ride. Anyway, so we do it. And we sit in the front row. Great show. But he had filmed it for Netflix the night before. He seemed a little tired. And it was a great show. No, you know, she loved it. It was a great show. What do I want to say about this? There was a point in this. Oh, I wasn't really thinking about my mother still being alive when I saw it the first time. And this feeds back into things being done, like not really. And all of a sudden and it was, you know, the show was very, very similar, some deviations. And he gets to the point about talking about caregivers. And my friend just threw her arm around me, because I was crying like a dope in Red Bank, but now I'm in in the front row.
Yeah.
He's like right there. And I'm like it just got me. It got me. And I'm giving the women on either side of me tissues and it's, but I didn't cry like the first time, but it was such a neat memory to think about that she was still on the planet when I saw it the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was cool.
Thank you for listening and supporting Natural Born Redhead. If you follow the Bouncing Balls, please like and subscribe. If you know someone interested in sparing others grief and inciting joy, message me on Facebook or reach out via my website, Natural Born Redhead. J-Ma.